Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive with us. Today we're going to be exploring Amish home building,
Oh, yeah.
and you might be surprised at just how much we can learn from their approach.
Yeah,
It's practical, it's sustainable,
for sure.
and our source material for this is a really fascinating YouTube video that I found from Frugal Solutions.
Cool.
So go ready to hear some surprising facts about how the Amish build their homes.
Okay.
Like, did you know that they can build a home even faster than with modern methods?
Wow.
And they don't even use power tools.
I did not know that.
Pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
And the cost. Don't even get me started.
Okay.
You're going to want to hear this.
It really is remarkable how they do it.
It is.
We often think of Amish communities kind of rejecting modern life,
Right.
but they've actually developed some really, incredibly efficient and cost-effective building practices.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to dive into today.
Cool.
Okay, so let's jump right in.
Okay.
I have to admit, I had some preconceived notions about Amish home building.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking lots of wood and stone.
Right. Yeah, that's a common assumption.
Yeah.
And it's partially true.
Okay.
But there's a little more to the story.
Okay.
Over 90% of Amish homes do use wood as the primary material. But the video actually mentions some communities have incorporated brick.
Brick.
Yeah.
See, that's not what I was expecting.
Interesting, right?
Yeah. What's the reasoning behind that?
Well, it kind of speaks to their adaptability.
Okay.
While they adhere to their, core values, Amish communities aren't static.
Right.
They evolve.
Okay.
They adapt their practices based on, location and available resources.
Makes sense.
Sometimes brick is simply a more practical or cost-effective choice.
Interesting. So it's like your grandpa trading in his horse for a Tesla.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, so let's break down the traditional materials that they use, starting with wood.
Okay.
And it's not just, picking up lumber from the local hardware store, is it?
Definitely not.
Mm.
Amish builders often source their lumber locally,
Okay.
sometimes even from their own land.
Oh, wow.
They'll select trees, carefully fell them,
Wow.
and then hand prepare the wood for construction.
Wow.
This deep connection to their materials is something that I think we've kind of lost in modern construction.
Yeah, it's almost like each piece of wood has a story behind it
Exactly.
before it even becomes part of the house.
Exactly. And that connection to their surroundings extends to the use of stone as well,
Right.
particularly for foundations and chimneys.
Okay.
They understand the importance of a strong, durable base.
Yeah, so we've got the foundation.
Yeah.
We got the framework.
Uh-huh.
What about the walls themselves?
So while log cabins are a part of early American history,
Great.
they're not typical for Amish homes today.
Okay.
They use a variety of materials for walls,
Okay.
including wood panels, shingles, and siding.
Okay.
And this provides flexibility and cost effectiveness.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, what about insulation? I'm picturing, drafty winters.
They're actually quite clever when it comes to insulation.
Yeah.
I forget fiberglass.
All
They've
right.
been using natural materials like straw and wool for centuries.
Wait, like the straw that you see in bales.
Yes.
How does that work?
It's a remarkably effective insulator.
Okay.
Straw has a high insulation value,
Okay.
meaning it resists the flow of heat.
Uh-huh.
The Amish carefully prepare and pack the straw within the walls,
Okay.
creating a barrier that keeps homes warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
It's amazing how they're using a readily available natural material
I
to
know.
achieve the same goal as modern insulation.
Totally. And then there's wool,
Oh,
which
well.
is another natural insulator they use.
Okay.
Wool is breathable,
Okay.
helping to regulate temperature and prevent moisture buildup,
Right.
which is crucial for maintaining a healthy living environment.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so they have this amazing selection of natural, sustainable materials.
Yeah.
But how does it all come together? I'm curious about the actual construction process.
So imagine a scene of incredible teamwork.
Okay.
The entire community participates in raising a home.
Oh, wow.
Friends, family, neighbors all come together,
Wow.
each with their specific skills,
Uh-huh.
turning the build into a truly collaborative effort.
I can just picture the energy
Oh, yeah.
and the camaraderie as everyone's working together,
Totally.
but no power tools, right? Must be quite a workout.
It is.
Yeah.
They rely on traditional hand tools,
Okay.
like saws, mallets, chisels, and hand-crank drills.
Wow.
And while it might seem slower,
Uh-huh.
this method allows for remarkable precision and control.
So they're not just building a house.
Right.
They're creating a work of art.
Think of it as a carefully choreographed dance.
Wow.
Each cut, Each joint is a deliberate and skillful act.
Wow.
They're not just hammering nails.
Right.
They're fitting pieces together with an artistry that's incredible to watch.
Now, that's an image I won't soon forget.
Yeah.
This makes me think about how their reliance on hand tools translates into a home built entirely off the grid.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm intrigued by how they handle things like lighting and water.
Yeah, that's where their ingenuity really shines through.
Okay.
They've developed some fascinating solutions for living comfortably without, modern conveniences.
Yeah, let's talk about lighting first.
Okay.
I imagine it's all candles and lanterns.
Well, they do use lanterns and candles.
Right.
But they've also mastered the art of harnessing natural light.
Okay.
Their homes are designed to maximize sunlight with strategically placed windows.
Right.
They don't just eliminate the space.
Uh-huh.
They create a warm and inviting atmosphere.
So it's not about fighting the darkness.
Right.
It's about working with the natural rhythms of day and night.
Precisely.
Mm.
And in the evenings, they use gas lamps
Yeah.
for a softer, more intimate glow.
That sounds so cozy.
Yeah.
No harsh overhead lights,
Right.
just the gentle flicker of a gas lamp.
Exactly.
It really sets a different mood.
It does.
And when it comes to water,
Haha.
they often rely on hand pumps.
Yes.
It might seem like a step back in time,
Yeah,
but it's a reliable and sustainable way to access water,
it is.
and probably a good arm workout, too.
You're catching on.
It's incredible how they've turned what we might see as limitations
Right.
into opportunities for resourcefulness.
Yeah.
And even a bit of charm.
Totally.
Okay, so they're building these beautiful, durable homes
Oh,
using sustainable materials and traditional techniques,
yeah.
all while living off the grid.
Pretty amazing.
But let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
The cost.
Um,
Surely all of this comes at a premium, right?
This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Remember, they're using local materials,
Right.
which cuts down on transportation costs.
Makes sense.
Plus, they're not paying for, expensive labor
Right.
since the community pitches in.
So they're basically eliminating a huge chunk of the expenses
Yep.
associated with traditional home building.
A lot of it.
That's incredible.
I know.
Yeah.
And by avoiding, complex electrical and plumbing systems,
Right.
they're further reducing costs.
Wow.
The average cost for an Amish home is somewhere between $50,000 and $70,000.
Wait, did you say $70,000
Yes.
for a whole house?
For a whole house.
That's less than the average down payment on a home in many cities.
Exactly.
Wow.
It really makes you think about what's possible
Mhm.
when you prioritize practicality,
Mm.
sustainability, and community
Right.
over all the bells and whistles that often drive up the cost of modern housing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I know. Yeah, it's really remarkable how they've managed to keep costs down
Yeah.
while still maintaining that quality and craftsmanship.
It really challenges like all of our assumptions
It does.
about what it takes to build a home.
Yeah.
I mean, $70,000 for a whole house.
I know.
That's practically unheard of in today's market.
I know. It's crazy.
It is.
And it really speaks to their resourcefulness
Yeah.
and their ability to just prioritize what truly matters.
Right.
They're not focused on keeping up with the Joneses.
Right.
They're focused on building homes that meet their needs and reflect their values.
I think there's a valuable lesson there for all of us.
Definitely.
Maybe we could all benefit from simplifying, our approach to homeownership a little bit.
For sure.
But it's important to remember that, Amish communities aren't immune
Right.
to modern pressures and challenges. It's
Yeah.
not all idyllic countryside living, right?
Absolutely. Like any society, they face economic pressures,
Yeah.
changing demographics,
Uh-huh.
and even internal debates about the role of technology.
Oh, interesting.
Remember those brick-using communities we mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
That's a great example of how
Yeah.
Amish communities are adapting to changing circumstances.
It really highlights the diversity
Yeah,
within Amish culture.
it does.
I mean, it's easy to think of them as a monolithic group,
Right.
but there's a wide range of practices
Yeah.
and interpretations of their traditions.
Absolutely. Each community has its own unique character
Right.
and its own way of kind of navigating the modern world.
Yeah.
Some are more open to incorporating, certain technologies, while others hold more firmly to traditional ways.
Reminds me of any family, really.
Yeah,
You have your tech-savvy relatives
totally.
and those who prefer a more old-fashioned approach.
Yeah, it's all about finding a balance that works for you.
It is. So those brick homes are fascinating.
Yeah,
Do you think it's purely a practical decision?
I think it likely boils down to a combination of factors.
Okay.
In some areas, brick might be more readily available.
Okay.
or more cost-effective than lumber.
Right.
It could also be a reflection of changing building codes
Okay.
or preferences within a particular community.
So even within their commitment to simplicity and tradition, there's room for innovation and adaptation.
Precisely. And that adaptability is a key reason why Amish communities have been able to thrive for centuries.
Right.
That they're not afraid to evolve while staying true to their core values.
We've talked a lot about the practical aspects of
Yeah.
Amish home building,
For sure.
but I'm also curious about the social and cultural implications.
Mm-hmm.
The video mentioned that building a home is a community effort,
Yes.
a true collaboration.
It is.
What does that look like in practice?
So imagine this.
Okay.
A group of families coming together,
Okay.
pooling their resources,
Uh-huh.
sharing their skills to build a home for one of their own.
Wow.
It's a remarkable display of community spirit
Yeah.
and a testament to the importance they place on helping one another.
It's almost like a modern-day barn raising, isn't it?
It is.
Everyone pitching in to create something beautiful and lasting.
Yes, and that sense of community extends beyond the construction phase.
Oh, wow.
Amish homes are often designed to accommodate
Oh.
large gatherings and social events.
Okay.
Their living spaces are open and welcoming,
Uh-huh.
reflecting their emphasis on hospitality and connection.
So it's not just about building a structure.
Right.
It's about creating a space that fosters relationships.
Yes.
And strengthens community bonds.
Exactly. Their homes are a reflection of their values, their commitment to family community, and a simpler way of life.
Makes you wonder how our own lives might be different if we prioritize those same values.
Right.
Imagine the sense of belonging and purpose we could cultivate if we approached our own communities with that same spirit of collaboration and mutual support.
It's a powerful thought, isn't it?
It is.
And it's not just about, grand gestures.
Right.
It can be as simple as helping a neighbor with yard work.
Right.
Or organizing a potluck dinner.
Yeah.
It's about taking the time to connect with the people around us
Yeah.
and build those meaningful relationships.
This conversation has been so eye-opening. I'm starting to see how the Amish approach to home building is about so much more
It is.
than just bricks and mortar.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of a deeper philosophy,
Uh-huh.
a way of life that prioritizes simplicity,
Right.
community, and a harmonious relationship with the natural world.
And it's a way of life that offers valuable lessons for all of us,
Yeah.
regardless of our background or beliefs.
I completely agree. I think we can all find inspiration
Yeah.
in their resourcefulness,
Uh-huh.
their commitment to sustainability,
Sure.
and their deep sense of community.
Absolutely.
It's about finding ways to incorporate those values into our own lives.
Yeah.
Even in small ways.
Perhaps it's choosing to buy locally grown produce.
Right.
Spending more time outdoors.
Uh-huh.
Or simply making an effort to connect with our neighbors.
Yeah.
These small acts can have a ripple effect,
Yeah.
creating a more connected and sustainable world
Right.
one step at a time.
It's about shifting our focus from material possessions
Yeah.
to meaningful experiences,
Uh-huh.
from individual ambition to collective well-being.
And it's about recognizing that true wealth isn't measured by the size of our homes or the number of gadgets we own,
Right.
but by the strength of our relationships and the positive impact we have on our communities and the world around us.
Beautifully said. I think that's a powerful message to carry with us as we continue this exploration of Amish home building. But before we dive into the final part of our deep dive, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned so far.
Yeah.
What stands out to you as the most surprising or inspiring aspect?
What strikes me the most is their ability to find beauty and functionality.
Yeah.
In simplicity.
Yeah.
They're not trying to impress anyone. They're
Yeah.
simply building homes that meet their needs and reflect their values.
Yeah.
And in that simplicity, they've achieved a level of sustainability and community that many of us can only dream of.
I agree. And they're doing it all with a level of craftsmanship
Yeah.
and attention to detail that's truly remarkable.
It's amazing.
I'm especially fascinated by their use of natural materials and traditional building techniques.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the enduring power of human ingenuity
Yeah.
and the importance of honoring our connection to the natural world.
And let's not forget the incredible sense of community that permeates every aspect of their lives, from the way they build their homes to the way they support one another.
It's a reminder that we're all interconnected.
Yeah.
And that we can achieve so much more when we work together towards a common goal.
For sure.
I'm feeling inspired to take some of these lessons to heart and find ways to incorporate them into my own life.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to finally tackle that DIY project I've been putting off.
Oh,
Or to reach out to a neighbor and offer a helping hand.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Even small steps can make a big difference.
They can.
And who knows, maybe we can all learn to build a little bit more like the Amish.
Yeah.
Creating homes and communities that are grounded in simplicity,
Right.
sustainability, and a deep sense of connection.
You know, it's amazing how much we've uncovered about Amish home building.
I know, it's fascinating.
It's just one YouTube video.
Yeah.
It's really inspiring to see how they've created a lifestyle that prioritizes community, sustainability, and, a deep connection to the land.
It really challenges our modern assumptions about progress, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We often equate progress with technology and convenience.
Right.
But the Amish are showing us that there's another way.
Right.
A way that values resourcefulness, simplicity, and human connection.
I'm especially intrigued by their dedication to craftsmanship.
Oh, yeah.
The Frugal Solutions video highlighted the incredible skill and artistry that goes into each Amish home.
It's true.
They're not just building houses, they're creating works of art.
It's a level of craftsmanship that's sadly becoming rare. In today's world of mass production and disposable goods.
Yeah, it really is.
They take pride in their work, and it shows in every detail.
Yeah.
From the hand-hewn beams to the meticulously crafted furniture.
And they're doing it all with a fraction of the resources that we typically use.
It's really amazing.
It's a testament to their ingenuity.
It is.
And their ability to make the most of what they have.
Think about those hand-forged hinges and latches that we saw in the video.
I remember that.
They weren't just functional, they were beautiful.
Yeah.
Each one a unique piece of art.
It's true.
They're demonstrating that you don't need expensive materials or fancy tools to create something beautiful and lasting.
It's a reminder that true beauty often lies in simplicity.
Totally.
And functionality.
I agree.
Now, we've talked a lot about the inspiring aspects of Amish home building.
For sure.
But I think it's important to acknowledge that their way of life isn't without its challenges. They face many of the same pressures as the rest of us.
They do.
From economic fluctuations to environmental concerns.
It's true. Romanticizing their lifestyle wouldn't do justice to the complexities that they navigate.
No.
They're constantly adapting and evolving while striving to preserve their core values.
Exactly. It's not about living in a time capsule.
Yeah.
It's about finding ways to live in harmony with their values in a changing world.
It is. And their commitment to those values is what ultimately sets them apart.
Right.
They're not driven by consumerism or the pursuit of status. They're guided by a deeper sense of purpose, a commitment to community, and a reverence for the natural world.
And that's where I think we can all find inspiration.
Absolutely.
We don't have to adopt their lifestyle wholesale to learn from their wisdom.
No.
It's about identifying those core values and finding ways to integrate them into our own lives, even in small ways.
Perhaps it's making a conscious effort to reduce our consumption, to support local businesses, or to spend more time connecting with nature and our loved ones.
Or maybe it's about tackling that home improvement project with a DIY spirit.
Totally.
Enlisting the help of friends and neighbors. And creating something unique and meaningful together.
Imagine the sense of satisfaction and connection.
I know.
That would come from building something with your own hands.
Yeah.
Surrounded by people you care about.
It's a powerful image, isn't it?
It is.
And it's a reminder that we don't have to be passive consumers.
Right.
We can be active creators, shaping our homes and our communities in ways that reflect our values.
The Amish are showing us that a simpler, more sustainable way of life is not only possible, but deeply rewarding. It's a way of life that prioritizes human connection, craftsmanship, and a reverence for the natural world.
And while we may not all choose to live like the Amish, I think we can all learn from their example.
I agree.
They're reminding us that true wealth lies not in what we own, but in how we live, how we connect with others, and how we contribute to the world around us.
This deep dive has been a fascinating journey, hasn't it?
It has.
We started with a simple YouTube video about Amish home building.
You did.
And we've ended up exploring some profound questions about community, sustainability, and what it truly means to live a meaningful life.
It just goes to show that inspiration can be found
Totally.
in the most unexpected places.
It can.
So to our listeners, I encourage you to keep exploring, to keep questioning, and to keep an open mind. You never know what hidden gems of wisdom you might uncover along the way.
And as you go about your day, consider this. What can you create? What connections can you foster? And what small steps can you take to build a world that reflects your values?
That's a good question.
Remember, the power to create a better world starts with each one of us.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Yes.
Into the world of Amish home building.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep seeking.
Yes.
Keep learning and keep building a life that's filled with purpose.
For sure.
And connect